Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. So I know I haven't done a little bit longer video in a couple weeks, but this evening I am in my garden. There's not a whole lot left out here, but I do have a few things still, and I did throw in, some sweet pea seeds and some lettuce and spinach, and I honestly haven't been out here for about 3 days. I've been really busy. So I thought that I would take you along and we could check it out together. Okay, so this is the front of my garden. This actually used to be just like a path that went around my garden, but it's being taken over by grass and also just plants. So first thing, I do have an abundance of fire ant piles. Here's one right here, another one being built right over there. It seems to be a problem. But growing in my garden, I do have some Luffa Gourds. And just like last year, I have quite a few growing, and they're pretty big. If you look, I've got them all over there. This is either a zucchini plant or a yellow squash plant. We don't have a first frost until I think November 1st or November 15th. I can't remember. This is the last of the asparagus. This was its first year, so this year I just kind of let it grow and do whatever. I still have some basil growing. I've also got basil down here, right there. And this is a pepper plant, and I only got one bell pepper. I do need to pull it. I was kind of just wanting to see what it would do. And then throughout here, I do have some sweet pea or snap peas growing. I've got all those growing. I just put them up along here. I've got these are yellow squash and zucchini over here. A little bit of purple basil left. And then I think I must have dropped a pea right here. More asparagus. Over here, I have some radishes, and I do need to thin them out, but I just threw them in, to be honest. There was no method, just throw them in the ground. And then, of course, remnants of my tomato plants. And then over here, I have more radishes all over there. And then if you come over here, I've got some greens growing, and I actually planted a lot more than this, so this is kind of a shame that this is all that's growing. And I can tell that this down here has been munched on. So gardening here has been so frustrating because we have deer, we have rabbits, we have mice, all that stuff, but we also have to deal with the bugs, and it's like we have everything coming at the garden all the time. So it gets to a point that I'm like, okay, I know I could be growing a lot more right now than I actually am, but you just get frustrated with trying to get things to grow, just to have it eaten by some various creature. So this is kind of where we're at right now with this. Okay, coming down here, I have one potato plant growing right there. I've got another fire ant hill growing, apparently. I have more of the Luffa Gourds. Now, I don't know, you guys probably all know this, but Luffa Gourds are edible when they're green. At least these ones are. I also will give some to my chickens because there's so many, but, well, this one's rotten. Ew, that one's pretty gross. I personally grow them to give my chickens and to also make loofah sponges because I like to use them for cleaning the kitchen and washing the dishes. So, and I would say it takes about 6 to get me through the year until my next harvest. So that's why the rest go to the chickens, because I don't want them to go to waste. They're perfectly edible, and it's a nice treat for my chickens. Okay, here's another area that I planted, and things are being munched. Right there. There's one right there. So this seems to be a problem. Got more loofah growing there, and they're starting to turn yellow and dry out. That's a good thing. I let them dry on the vine. I do have some stuff growing here and over here. These are beets. This was the first year that I started some beets in my greenhouse. I just wanted to see how they would do because whenever I planted them in the ground, they don't do great here. We are working on raised beds, and by next springtime, those will be ready. And I think that I will have an easier time at growing certain things that just haven't done well. Oh, here's a few tomatoes. Do have 2 tomatoes. Something that we didn't get hardly any of either were pole beans. So this was the second year I tried to grow pole beans, and this was the second year that it was not that successful. I do see there are a few drying here on my plant. So down here, there's finally some, but this took all season to just get this many. I have pulled like, 2 or 3 off at a time, but yeah, I definitely got more bush beans, and I like growing bush beans. They always grow well. And so I don't think I'm going to be doing pole beans anymore. And then back here is where we've started our raised beds. And look at this. This is how bad weeds are back here, is that they're actually pushing through this material. I don't know if this is a southern thing that happens, but that's so ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Okay, and this is like the back view. So that's it. Not a lot going on in the garden. A lot of gourds. So I'm happy that we're still getting those. Still got a couple tomatoes. I didn't even know that there was a tomato plant left. So that was a nice little surprise. Anyway, there's fire ant hills everywhere, so you got to be careful where you walk out here. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again. Bye.